Silence is golden. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most tense movie scenes without music. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at big screen scenes with edge-of-your-seat suspense that neither need nor use music to elicit a strong emotional response.
And it's all because of me that we're here now.
Oh, by the way, a spoiler alert is probably a good idea.
No.
I can't do that, and if you were in my position, you'd do the same.
Number 10. Phone call from a dead man, The Departed. Undercover cop Billy Costigan's phone rings, but the weird thing is, the only guy who has that number is his special unit police chief, and Billy just saw him being thrown off a building with his own 2 eyes. With the ring of the telephone ominously soundtracking the scene, you can see the curiosity and confusion in Billy's eyes as he quietly calculates the potential repercussions of answering the ghost call. When he finally decides to pick up, neither Billy nor his nemesis Colin Sullivan makes a sound. But neither words nor music is necessary.
You called this number on a dead guy's phone.
Number 9. The Adrenaline Shot, Pulp Fiction.
Quit around and give it the shot, come on!
What better way to make your viewers' hearts race than with a literal shot of adrenaline? Just as it did during Brett's torture by Jules and Vincent, the tension in this scene comes from whether or not a character will survive. Vince has his boss's wife Mia under his care, and when she accidentally ODs on his heroin when he's on a bathroom break, the situation needs no audio score to demonstrate that things are dire.
What you gotta do is you gotta bring the needle down in a stabbing motion.
Quentin Tarantino is great at the slow burn, and with the zooms, close-ups, and countdown amplifying the stress, this music-free resuscitation scene is a great example of why. Number 8. The Tavern, Inglourious Basterds. Tarantino's at it again, this time with a dialogue that slowly goes from friendly to frightening. German double agent and movie star Bridget von Hammersmark is helping the Bastards orchestrate their latest coup in a tavern that's unfortunately packed to the brim with Nazis. And they happen to have a particularly good ear for accents.
Entschuldigen Sie, Herr Sturmführer, Sie haben einen sehr ungewöhnlichen Akzent.
The confrontation between the good guys and the Gestapo officer is masked in formality, with the two sides playing figurative and literal head games with each other until the good guys' cover is finally blown.
Wie unser frisch gebackener Vater hier habe auch ich ein sehr genaues Ohr für Akzente.
With music and background noise conspicuously absent, things finally come to a head, and we're left holding our breath until the gunpowder settles. Number 7. How Am I Funny? GoodFellas.
What's really funny is the bank job away in Secaucus.
In a crowded restaurant with low light, no ambient music, and no noise but the din of the crowd and an enthused gangster talking about intimidating his foes, one must tread lightly. But the unpredictable Tommy DeVito's temper is tested when his mob associate and friend Henry Hill pays him an offhanded compliment.
Funny, you know, it's a good story. It's funny. You're a funny guy.
What do you mean the way I talk?
It all escalates insanely quickly, with the tension thickening so palpably you could slice it with a knife. Mostly thanks to the awkward silence. With a soundtrack, this scene would have been pretty average, but without one, it's music to our ears.
He's a big boy. He knows what he said. What'd you say?
You're right.
Funny how?
Number 6. Found Footage, The Blair Witch Project.
It's a house.
The film that popularized the found footage style for 21st century horror was almost completely devoid of a musical score. After all, no tunes are necessary to evoke a frightening atmosphere when a camera crew is trespassing in a creepy witch's house.
Come on.
Mike and Heather are in pursuit of their missing friend Josh, whose body parts and clothing they've already discovered. As if that's not eerie enough, they don't know if the ghastly cries they're hearing are real or a fabrication of the mysterious Blair Witch.
You're not. Where is he?
Where are you?
This is a showdown with an unseen antagonist, and no amount of spooky music can give you goosebumps like the Great Unknown. Number 5. Russian Roulette, The Deer Hunter.
Hey!
We do 3, huh? 1, 2, 3, 3.
A group of American soldiers is captured by their Vietnamese foes, and psychological torture is the name of the game. Yelling, crying, slapping. These are the only sounds needed to help you feel the characters' utter helplessness as they're forced to engage in a game of Russian roulette against each other. Of course, in this game, there are 2 players and 3 bullets. With the deafening background silence heightening the tension, the game ultimately ends with laughter and a bullet. Actually, several bullets, all aimed at the Viet Cong. Thanks to the language barrier and lack of music, this scene's highlight is truly the actors' ability to communicate their fear with few words.
Nicky. Come on, damn it! Come on.
Number 4. Cable Drop, Mission Impossible.
AW9. 6B6.
Your nerves are bound to be frayed when the loudest things in a scene are the sounds of files transferring, ropes creaking, and a rat crawling. IMF agent Ethan Hunt is in the middle of an elaborate computer hack in a room equipped with sound, temperature, and pressure sensors. That's why silence is paramount. Because even a cough could set off the alarms. Oh, did we mention that room is found within CIA headquarters? You'll find yourself struggling to keep as deadly silent as the movie, while the precariously dangling Hunt tries to keep his sweat in check. The silence holds until Hunt's comrade makes one near-fatal mistake, almost giving them away. Almost.
Merci.
Number 3. Breaking the Bat, The Dark Knight Rises.
You made a serious mistake.
Not as serious as yours, I fear.
Music always plays a huge part in superhero movies when the good guys win. But what about when they're at their most vulnerable? In The Dark Knight Rises, when Bane and the Bat fight it out, there are no cheers, there's no backup, and there are no heroic symphonies to be heard. Just running water and hit after hit taking down the Caped Crusader.
Peace has cost you your strength. Victory has defeated you.
Bane basically performs a monologue filled with nefarious taunts and plans to destroy Gotham, while completely exposing Batman's weaknesses.
I will show you where I have made my home, whilst preparing to bring justice.
By the time Bane has definitively broken the Bat, the music has begun to swell, but we're too shocked to even notice. Guess they saved the rousing musical scores for the victories.
Your spirit? Oh, your buddy!
Number 2. Chestburster, Alien. Some friendly conversation over dinner takes an unexpected turn when a member of the Nostromo spacecraft crew has some severe gastrointestinal pain. While he writhes in agony, the team reacts in terror. And the next thing you know, Kane is on his back, and the sounds of screams are all you can hear. Until the alien bursts forth and utters its first squeals. This is an action scene, of course, but music would only detract, as the quietness lets us revel in the tension. As the movie's tagline goes, in space, no one can hear you scream. Guess that means don't hold your breath for any encouraging orchestral pieces either. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
To the right, to the right, to the right! You are a funny man, Mr. Bond.
I drink your milkshake. I drink it up!
Don't bully me, Daniel!
Number 1. Motel Showdown, No Country for Old Men. The gas station attendant's life or death coin toss is a masterclass in music-free suspense. But the real MVP of this thriller is the Motel Showdown, which is an intense experience with minimal sound and no music. Anton Chigurh is hunting Llewellyn Moss and a bundle of cash. and Moss is ready. Waiting under the cover of darkness with his gun cocked and his reflexes at the ready, a noise breaks the silence. And from then on, every carefully curated sound, from shattered glass to the scrambling footsteps to the heavy breaths, provides us with grittily realistic detail, without a single note ever being played. And even when the blood does start to spill, it's still not over.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.